Well, it's not been the best start to the season, but we've got a couple of crucial games today that could really kickstart the year. Welcome back to Buxton 2.0. Yes, welcome on back. We've come back a little bit earlier, just because we've been on such a poor run. We've got a couple of big games in these next two against Oldham and Wimbledon. So obviously, last year we threw away 2-goal lead in stoppage time against Sunderland, ended up losing on penalties. We did get 0-0 draw with top of the league at the time, Buxton. We are Buxton. Wrexham, we're definitely not top of the league. I can tell you that for a fact. Before losing 3-0 to Colchester, Hugh O'Brien sent off on his debut. Wonderful debut, mate. 0-0 draw once again with Carlisle, so it's getting our second point of the season before a very much rotated side was embarrassed by Leeds on the 21s. I don't care about this competition whatsoever. This is a chance for players that are not playing for me to play, basically. Before we finally scored our first league goal of the season, Joe Scott opening the scoring, but once again we couldn't hold on to a lead. Parker and Tipton giving Tranmere the victory, and then last time out we lost 3-0 to Southend as well. So yeah, wonderful. Things are going great. We're currently sat in 23rd place, 2 points from 6 games, behind Sutton, I believe, on goals scored. So yeah. Oldham, Wimbledon, 6.7 points. You know, they're down there with us. They're winnable games. And that's what we need from this team. We need to win games. We have made a couple more transfers, though, since we were last here. We bought in, I don't know who I was last told about. I think it was James Hilson. We bought on Rocco Rees, who is another goalkeeper. We're just stacking up on goalkeepers, apparently. Hugh O'Brien, of course, as we mentioned, was sent off on his debut. Central midfielder, can play his attacking midfielder as well. Not a great debut from him. He has made a sub appearance since, but he's going to have to do some work to get back into the good books. Kamari Doyle is the next one, formerly of Wigan, another central midfielder, just, you know, bringing in players in that positions. And as a Mazzala, I think he's a pretty good player. And then finally, Jem Hewlett is a centre back, 6'2", as a central defender. Defend, you can see his worst attribute is a 10 for composure and pace. So he is a solid player. But just as a team, we need to pull together and get results. And hopefully in this game today, we can go and do that. So we have Murray Jones returning in goal. Hilson has been playing, but put in a shocking performance last time out. So Murray Jones returns. Lowe, Hewlett, Scott and Finley are the back four. Blasic comes in because Collier is injured. He's just returning from, he's been out for a while with a pulled calf. So Blasic has been playing as that half-back. Doyle and O'Brien are currently in midfield with Dixon, Bell and Hugill on top. All three of them struggling. If any of them don't have a good game this game, then we will be exploring alternative options in that second game. So yeah, the three strikers are playing for their place at the moment. Belly's the only one of the three that has scored. We are going to tell them to put an end to this poor run of form. That is what we're going to tell them. We're away at Oldham, but I feel like this is a winnable game. I do feel like this is a winnable game. So hopefully the lads can go and prove me right, and we can go and get our first win in the Football League and get our first 3 points of the season and kick on towards safety. I know it's very, very early in the season, but there is no doubt we're in a relegation fight this year. Sanford with the goal kick. Scott wins in the air, but Nerfil is taking it out wide. Back to Brabin, who has a bit of space. Switches towards Rogers, but Hewlett wins the header. Now Dixon can counter-attack here. Still Dixon. In behind for Bell. Can Bell make it 1-0? Yes, he can. Sam Bell gets his second goal of the season. Continues the fact that he's the only striker in the starting 11 that's scored so far this season, but it's an assist from Dixon, and we do have the lead just 9 minutes into this game. And I thought Dixon had gone too far. I did, but then he just rolls in a little pass in behind for Bell. We're going to drop down to cautious. It's a good finish. And nearly lead. We haven't been good at defending leads this season, though. As they hit the crossbar, Green gets in. It's a big save from Murray Jones, who perhaps should have gained the first one, to be fair. We do get away with one there instantly. Yeah, Oldham are not going to take this line down. So we need to be solid. We need to be focused. And be sure of ourselves and go and get the victory. And I'd be very, very happy if we don't get another highlight in this game. And as we come towards half-time, we do get another highlight. It's Murray Jones with the goal kick short to Scott. We haven't taken that off, by the way. We've left it on. Boateng out for Nerfil. To the byline, loops up. Scott should head that clear. But only as far as Brabin. First time back in goal, header is 1. It's not good enough from Hewlett there. I mean, he's tightly man-marking him. And he just... Gold just bullies him off. Gets up to win the header. Do you know what? We're going to demand more. We're not going to accept that we're out of our depth. Because, like I say, this is a winnable game. We've had one shot and we've scored with it. And I'm going to thrash my arms and tell them I'm far from pleased with this. And we do need something else in the second half. We didn't even go to caution. Didn't even change it. So that's great news. And now Sam Bella's gone off injured with a potential knee injury. Brilliant. So Linares will come on for him. Did we make any other changes while we're here? Finley off for Beanie? Yeah, we'll do that. Not. Obviously, we don't have another striker that can come on up top. We won't make any other changes at the moment. Let's encourage and screw it. Let's go attacking. I feel like this is going to backfire massively. Seeing it, we're just not creating anything, but see what we can do. We do win the ball there, and it's Dixon. Back to Blazic. And a switch of play for Hugo to chase, but he's not going to get anywhere near that. Brabin clears downfield, and it's Nerfil. Tries to switch play, but low intercepts. Now Dixon can't quite get there once again. And Griffiths into the feet of Gold. In behind for Swan, and it's going to be 2-1. Far too easy. Far too easy. Oh, this is going to be a long season. We obviously can't keep playing with this tactic. I can't even remember what my other two are that I saved. We could go back to a 4-4-2. But I feel like we may switch to the gegenpress here. So Linares can switch with Blazic once again. Dixon can stay on, but Hugel is going to come off. We'll bring on Rowe, switch them to round. O'Brien can come off for Gray. And we're going to bring Lucky on for Hewlett. Switch to the 4-3-3 gegenpress. And see if we can get anything out of this last half an hour. Feeney clears. Hugo can't win the header, but O'Brien picks it up. Obviously, the changes haven't come through yet, and we lose the ball there. Swan in behind again. Chance for a cross. It's low. It's Rogers. It's 3-1. Oh, we're going to be so in trouble this season. Why did the tactical changes not take place before that? Oh, dear. And, I mean, I don't know where the defenders are, but we've got two players on one man there. And we are going to berate them because it's unacceptable. I know it's a step up, but this is a team that was only promoted, the year before. They're not that much better than us, but they're making us look like amateurs. Bro can't find the ball into Linares. Cleared downfield. Blazic to Gray. Linares once again, who hasn't scored yet for the club. Gray to Doyle. Lucky. Poor ball. Rowe's going to chase it. Back to the keeper who clears. Goal is absolutely tearing us apart. Swan's in. How are our centre-backs constantly getting beaten in the air? Scott's 6'5", Lucky's 6'2". Whatever his name is, I've taken. I've already forgot his name. He's 6'2" as well. How tall is Stephen Gold? 5'11". 5'11". And we're getting embarrassed in the air. Oh, I don't know what to do with this team, but we are definitely not good enough for this league. We're not. This is only our second goal we've scored in the league. We can't score. We can't keep them from scoring. I'm going to fresh my arm and tell them I'm far from pleased with that. And I have no idea what I'm going to do against Wimbledon, but we're going to have to change the tactics. And yeah, it's not looking good. We're now bottom of the league. It's not going to be a fun season. So we're going to attempt to go back to the 4-4-2 for this game against Wimbledon, but we don't particularly have the players for it, so it's going to be interesting. Maury Jones in goal, Lewell, Hewitt, Richardson, Finley in the back four, Linares, Blazic, Rowe and Dixon in the midfield four. Turner, Cook and Wheatley are going up top. Bell is going to be out for a while, torn knee ligaments. Brilliant. Hugo is also out for a couple of weeks with damaged heel, so you know he's missing out. So a couple of people that probably would be playing striker are not playing for that reason alone. And we're going to give Richardson a start over Scott. Nothing against Scott. He's been wonderful so far this season. But I need players that aren't performing to perform. And I know it sounds counterproductive because we're in a fight to stay in the league. But I'm trying to get them to play out of their bad form. So that's what we're going for. I want to tell them I expect nothing but a win. And that I expect to see solid work from everyone. I'm putting pressure on the team. I don't want to look at the lineups. Don't want to look at the league table. I just want to get into this game and hopefully get our first one in the season. Because the longer and longer this goes on, the worse and worse the club morale gets. Therefore, the dressing room atmosphere gets. And then it's harder and harder to get results. Dixon to the byline, checks back, plays on short to Wheatley. Finley into Rowe. Rowe once again here, shot is blocked. Keeper claims. I thought for a second Turner Cook was going to get in there. It's a quick ball downfield. Roberts is in between the two central defenders. It's blocked. It's gone over the keeper. Roberts going to get there first. It's 1-0. How does that happen to them? How are we so unlucky? It's blocked. And just nobody's following in. I mean, Richardson. Sorry, it's not even Richardson, it's Hewlett. He's paying attention. He's already behind the keeper. He's clearing that. That is his fault. And I'm berating this team. I don't care. Corner ball. Head it over. How are we seconds away from beating a championship Sunderland team, and now we can't even get a point in the league? I'm just going to keep berating them because this is awful. Wheatley has knock, so we're probably going to take him off. We'll let him go to half time. Here's Turner Cook. Blazic now. Back to Turner Cook. Lowell to Delares, and he should have played it straight back to Lowell. Here he is, Lowell. Cross, header clear. Linares. Lowell's ball in towards Wheatley, gets his head to it, and we do have the equalising goal. It is Wheatley, who, like I say, is struggling with that knock, but he gets up highest to win that header. But is back on level terms. Hopefully now we can be the team coming from behind to get the win. It's a great ball by Love, by the way. It's a good header to beat the keeper. Do we know what he's up with? Type 5. Yeah, we probably should take Wheatley off, to be fair. Here is the ball up towards him, and I thought the keeper was going to make a huge mistake then. But defender recovers, clears out for a Buxton corner. Can we take the lead before half-time here? Linares to deliver towards Wheatley, and yeah, it's not a great header at all, that one. Nearly cleared the stadium. Yeah, not good at all. But we are going to go into half-time at 1-1. I'm going to tell them that the shooting hasn't been good enough. Wheatley is going to come off, going to bring on Edworthy. Hewlett can come off for Scott. Finley off for Lowe. We don't really have another left winger, so I guess Stewart can come on in the place. No, we'll leave Dixon on. He's not having a great game, but we'll leave him on. Let's switch him and Turner Cook maybe now. We will leave it as is. They're just the 3 changes. And yeah, see what we can do in this second half. See if we can improve and maybe get something out of this game. But statistically, it doesn't particularly look like it's going to happen. We are going to make some changes now. We are going to switch Turner Cook and bring on Stewart. And we are also going to take off Rowe for Kamari Doyle. So that's our 5 changes made in this game. We've only had that 1 shot on target we've scored with. Vokins brings it down, plays it out for Patience. And Graham, it's a big save there by Murray Jones. Once again, not for the first time this season, a pretty crucial save from him. Corner for Wimbledon, drilled in and headed clear. Edworthy just clears further. He had time to take a touch then. Let's demand more. Can we find a late winner? We're going very attacking. Screw it. 10 minutes to go. Is it going to be another point? I mean, these points could be crucial come the end of the season, but we need to start getting a couple of wins. And because I'm very attacking, there's a good chance we're going to end up losing this game instead. Scott clears downfield and Stewart's going to chase. Wilson instantly back towards us. Here's Linares. Driving forward. Couldn't play the ball into Stewart. Instead he's fouled. Finds Doyle. Turner Cook, can he find a cross? It's blocked. And now a chance for Wimbledon to counter-attack, but it's a poor clearance. Turner Cook once again. Deflected, and it's an own goal. It's an own goal by Ferran. And we do have the lead, and it's been disallowed. What's it been disallowed for? What's it been disallowed for? Have we just been screwed out of a win by the assistant referee? Roberts is in behind. He could win this here. Chip the keeper's clipped the bar and it's gone over. 60 seconds left, and it's a final highlight. We're still back on very attacking now. Worthy's trying to chase, but Ferran takes his time, and Patience is onside, and I thought Scott cleaned him out there. I have no idea how that isn't a penalty. But this is getting very, very scrappy, and I still have no idea what that goal was disallowed for. We're going to berate them because it's not good enough once again. These last 2 games have been winnable and performances have been awful. Linares is now giving away a late free kick. And this is a chance for Wimbledon to nick it at the death. It's towards the back post. I thought that was in. I thought that was in. It is 1-1. It's a point. I'm far from pleased. What the hell was that goal disallowed for? Because he didn't even show up in the tab. He doesn't even tell you there. I don't know what it's been disallowed for. How do I... I don't even know how to see it. It's an absolute joke. That is an absolute disgrace of officiating. Well, there we have it. It's a point and it's a huge defeat to all of them. Next time we're going to come back for the FA Cup and Sutton. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you then. Bye bye.